Welcome to Breaking the Silence, and this is In Conversation, and you guys should all be familiar with what we do here with the conversation. We have a conversation. And today we have spiritual life coach Keya. And Keya, your last name is, I've known you for
Murthy.
years.
Murthy.
Okay. I've known you
Yes,
all these years, and I had never asked you for your last name. I should have done that before the show.
that's
But not only are you a life coach, you're also a thinker, an author. You have several books, but you're a very spiritual person. You practice Buddhist philosophy
yes.
and yoga. And
Yeah.
what I really love is, well, how I first met you is you have gatherings of people who come and we have meditation together, and you do healing, and
Mhm.
you're very good at Reiki. In fact, Mary got her Reiki certificate through your training. And so I
Mhm.
think it's great. And we did talk about your experiences that I'm going to open up the floor to you to talk about how this all began for you.
How what began for me? Me showing up on this planet, me
Well, that's a
having
well, yeah. Where did it start for you? That were you interested in these subjects that are considered uh, questionable by the earthbound people at an early age, or immediately as soon as you were conscious, or did it develop along the way as you grew up?
okay, so I was born and raised in India. For 26 years I lived over there.
26 years.
Before yes, before coming to the United States. And where I come from, that is the northeast of India, it's China border. And over there, the main practice is tantrism, tantrics. And tantrics have occult. They're always communing with the paranormal, the supernormal. In fact, in Buddhism, there's a word called the supramundane. And what is supramundane? Supramundane is what's not the mundane. You
Yeah.
open up any Buddhist book, you'll find it. Dalai Lama, what does he do? He practices Vajrayana. And Vajrayana, or the diamond way, is it cuts through everything. Because diamond is the sharpest rock, it'll cut through anything. It's all tantric. So we don't think of the paranormal as paranormal. That is the normal. The illusion we have going on over here that I'm going to take everything with me when I go and everything needs to happen here and now. That is not normal. That is the
Yeah.
illusion. So, as a Buddhist, yes, as a Buddhist, we talk about anger, we talk about greed, and we talk about delusion. And when people hear it for the first time, they say like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I know a lot of deluded people in my life," because they come to another religion that they were not born and raised in to as an escape or running away from something, if you don't mind my saying that. But this is how
No.
I talk direct, and I'm just on a stream of consciousness. And when people hear the word delusion, they think like, yeah, everyone else is deluded and I'm okay and I'm cool over here and let's do this thing. But the true delusion is not accepting or allowing or acknowledging the law of impermanence. Nothing is forever. Everything is always changing its form. When we
Impermanence.
remove
Yes.
impermanence, right? And we say,
You're
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, I know that. But are you embodying it? So growing up in India and being that shy, quiet, introverted child who never wanted to talk to anyone because who could see and sense things all the time, and that was normal. And because India in 1947 it became independent of the British Raj or the British rule, so it was a very young nation trying to find itself and gather its wits. So all Indians wanted to do was anglicize themselves so they could keep up. with whatever was left behind by the Britishers, and they were discarding and saying no to their roots. That was a big thing then. And even now, people always think like if you speak English and you dress like an Englishman, and nowadays it's American, then that's good, that's good. You'll do well in life. That's the thing. Because whenever you're trying to run away from who you are, it's just you're just running or spinning in circles, but you're never finding yourself. And most people talk of themselves as spiritual seekers, but we are all spirit. And when does seeking end and finding begin? So I know I'm on a rant over here. So when did my story begin? I have no clue. God knows how many lifetimes, how many incarnations, how many generations. Because my mother, she's from Bengal, and Bengalis are tantric. They're constantly communing with whatever is beyond this three-dimensional reality, the delusion.
Well, that's very natural, and it's very natural for many of the indigenous people all around the world, including the indigenous people of America, who had a very similar
Yes,
situation. But many, many of them stayed very uh, focused on their roots, on their culture, and support it and practice it to this day. And that culture was communicating with the spirits of the
yes,
animals, of the star people from the skies. And of course,
yes,
Westerners looked at it, or I loved what you told me the other day. You said um, earthbound.
yes,
These people are earthbound and
yes.
they don't understand. And
No.
hopefully they will. And that's what we're working on. But they looked at the indigenous people in this country as being savages because they believed that there were spirits and star people coming down from the skies to speak with them and teach them and impart knowledge. So
Mhm.
I agree with you 100%. Of course, you know that. We've known each other for a while.
For decades now. Yes, yes.
Well,
More
I've
than a
known, yes,
decade.
more than a decade, but then there's probably
Other
we knew each other.
lifetimes.
Yeah,
Yes,
there we go.
yes, yes. And when we talk about earthbound, it's everyone is at a different level of their evolution. So you don't
Mhm.
judge them, don't hate them. And maybe one day
No,
they will get it or they
yes,
won't. And it's up to them because that's their journey. If the, like Einstein said, if the fish can't ride a bike, a fish is not a failure.
no.
So, so if, but our work is to pursue this and share it. And someone out there is listening and is getting it and will get it.
And it
And
trickles every day.
every day, yes. And you talked about light. Yes, we are people of light. We are people of the rainbow colors, of the indigo color. Different people come in different form. I mean, when I say people, the human people, you know, there are so many other people, right? Like the bird people and the tree people and the insect people and the four-legged ones and the six-legged ones and the furry ones and the finned ones, and everyone is a people, we are just a human people. Or else you don't like it, then we are all animals. We are part, according to biology, we are part of the animal kingdom, right?
That's
So
right.
how is, I mean, if you believe that, only humans have consciousness, because a lot of people have told me, my family won't let me keep the dog in the house because the dog doesn't have consciousness. I said, look into your dog's eyes and tell me it has no consciousness. So
I
I
was going
can't
to
tell my
ask.
family that.
I was going to ask you about that to talk about consciousness, and that very very point is that people tend to do that. They don't realize that everything has consciousness. The smallest spider to your dog to the guy next door sometimes, but
All
everything
the
has
time.
consciousness. So this consciousness has been around before this planet has even existed. Do you feel that way?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the earth was a rock that got created when it was ejected out of the sun. So there's the sun, the solar system,
Right.
and then the planets came out, and some are rocky, some are watery, some are gaseous. The
Right.
further planets are not rocks, and Earth was solid rock. First, the Earth was solid fire, and
Yes.
then it was churning and churning and churning, and then it cooled because it separated from source, lost its own light because it was self effulgent, it was emitting from within, and then it was this rock. So, how did water come on Earth? From multi million miles away, icicles
Comets.
came and
Yeah.
bombarded.
Yeah.
They came
Comets are
and
full of them.
bombarded, and those icicles, interacted with our heat, and they formed water. And whatever exploded is our gas, is our atmospheric barrier that keeps the Earth together, but it's still held on by the magnetic field of the planet. So consciousness was always there. In India, we call some, like ancient India, pre British India, pre Muslim India, we call dynasties, there were earthlings, there were beings who already lived here, but supposedly, which you and I can talk about, is
Yes.
beings from other realms showed up, and those who came in their vehicles, that's called vahana, their
Oh,
vehicles
yes.
who came during the daytime, they are called Suryavanshis because they came during when the Surya was out or the sun was out. And the ships that landed at night and beings came out of that and mingled with us and copulated with us and had like half breeds, half alien, half earthling. And now that's what we all are because this happened over thousands of years. During when the moon was out, they are called Chandravanshi or the moon dynasty. So there's the solar dynasty, there's the lunar dynasty. Yeah, so if it happened in India, why didn't it happen everywhere else?
Oh,
It
it
happened
did.
everywhere. You go to I know it did. You go
But you
to
can really
Egypt.
see the influence in the architecture in India of
Mhm,
of their presence. I mean, if you look at it, it's really amazing, and in the artwork, and in their they're representing
mhm.
these beings. We,
Yes,
are
it's
you
it's
familiar
all
with the
here. No,
are you familiar with the cosmic calendar? I bet you are.
yes, yeah,
Yeah. So we're only 1 second in December, the last day in December, and to the entire calendar of the universe since it was thought to have been created, which means that there has been billions of years for other life forms in bodies like these, or maybe other different types of bodies, to evolve way past our technology, making it so easy for them to circumnavigate navigate principles of nature, which we are only now just discovering we can detour and use nature itself to travel through space, to travel as space, not through space. So when you think about it in those terms, it just seems absolutely logical that this planet, there's no way it could have ever gone undetected until now or at all.
yeah. Here, in fact, since the last time you and I met, which was like a few weeks ago, I
Hmm.
have seen light forms out there which are steady. They are not stars, they are not planets. They are steady out there. They are not drones.
No,
I mean, not the human drones that kids
right.
send up to play. I'm just saying kids, or the national defense or whatever is putting out there. I have seen them right here. I've seen them in Ventura. I've seen them in Ojai. It's so obvious. They're there. They are there. Sometimes they are by themselves. Sometimes they are more than one. They are out here. And it's not the Starlink going by because
No, that,
I
no,
know
I know
now
that.
this is the
Yeah.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's entirely different.
Mhm,
Yeah, I've seen actual craft like the triangle shaped ones and saucer shaped ones pretty darn close up, and it's really impressive. But when they're at a distance, you're seeing a glow around them. That's the energy that they're using, high voltage,
Yes.
basically, that makes them illuminate so bright at night. Whereas in the daytime, you can see what they look like because, uh, the amount of light that's present at the time in the surface of the craft. Um, well, it's like anything. If you put a light in the dark, it's much brighter than it is in the daytime. I mean, that's a good analogy. So,
But
in fact,
even during the
you saw one recently.
yeah, between the last time you and I met in person and today, as we speak, right here in our skies, there was one, and then there were more than one. And then I stood and I just looked at them and I said, hello. And they do flash, they do emit signals as if they're communicating with you, and they are like happy that you are here and you are seeing them and acknowledging them and saying hello. Yeah.
It's a slow process, but it's speeding up because Mary and I pay attention to the UFO videos that regular folks are
Hmm.
out with their cell phones or their ring camera, and they're picking up amazing stuff, much more amazing than anything that war.org recently released. This grainy, blurry, black and white, infrared footage that they released of things that mostly, well, in a lot of cases, are identifiable, even flares hanging from parachutes. But here people are getting videos of actual saucers and very detailed glowing lights up close and personal, illuminating whole city streets and the rooftops, and a perfectly clear night when there couldn't be any ball lightning. And if there was, it wouldn't last that long. It's so much of it now, and it's amping up more and more every day. So I
Hmm.
think that's part of that slow process because it's really time for us to step up to this, don't you think?
Yeah. And even during the daytime, I have seen them. They're steady out there. And the first time I saw one during the daytime was when I was on 126 coming from Valencia to Ventura. And it was right over the orange fields. We still did not have any construction, and it was over there. And I'm driving, and I'm like, either it needs to go this way, or it needs to come this way, or it needs to go another way. But it's steady, like it's keeping up with my speed. And then it
Oh,
hit me. Oh my God. Oh my
wa-
God.
was it
I
in
know
front of
what
the?
this is.
Was it in front of the
Right.
mountain? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Absolutely in front of.
because otherwise it could be something that's very far away and so far away that as you drive, it appears like the moon to move with you. But if there's mountains and it's moving with you and the mountains
Yes.
are going, then that's something that's much, much closer. Wow.
Yes.
And it's keeping pace with you.
And yes, keeping pace with me. And then I said, oh, it's a spaceship. It's not one of us. It's from out there. And I'm like driving and I'm like, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose it. Oh, but it's there. And then I was getting attached, right? Law of impermanence in play. I don't want to lose it. I want to see how far it goes. But I know I
Yeah,
have to take my exit. But I was
you
way
don't
out there. Yeah.
you don't want to
Before.
take your eyes off it, let alone get your camera and try to shoot it, because in the time it takes you to do that, it disappears, and you've got
Yeah.
nothing.
And the moment I got it and I was getting attached, it just opened up like this and it was gone. It just vanished. It vanished. And I was like, oh, I was getting too attached. And I'm telling you a 20-year-old story, a 21-year-old story. This is
Right.
2005, okay, early 2006. And I was like, wow. So whenever I'm driving, I'm always looking like, I don't know. And sometimes I'm not even looking, but they show up and then you say hello and then they do this.
Right.
Right? Because they
Right.
know you know they are there. Yeah, they are communicating. And I can't, it's better than meditation, the feeling I get.
Better
Because
than
you are, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like so blissful. It is so still. It is so silent. It's so peaceful. It, like I said, it's bliss. It's total bliss. It's beyond bliss. And you can stay in that energy. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know how to put into words the feeling I get whenever I see them and say hello and have them see me and say hello back. You can stay in communication without any words, with
Yeah,
absolutely zero words.
you
Hmm.
don't need words. It's telepathy, and you can communicate your feelings, your imagery, your thoughts.
Hmm.
There's no need for language whatsoever. And
No,
it doesn't matter how far they're away
no.
because thoughts are faster than light. And that's
Yes.
been proven, I think,
Hmm.
with quantum singularity, that that something can be literally in another galaxy and be
Hmm.
connected and be able to transfer information clear across that instantly, the same way you and I are speaking right now. This is
Exactly.
really hard for the earthbound people to get their heads around. But I think even Neil Tyson is starting to get it a bit because his new book, I forget what the name of it is, but I'll probably put a picture up of it. But he's now kind of preparing us in his own way uh, that we could very well be making contact with something that he was very skeptical of in the near future. And I was really happy to see that. Um, I've always had a problem with him because he's such a severe materialist that um, he rules out what I consider evidence, and he doesn't. But but now he's starting to change, and it's not just him; it's a lot of other scientists are starting to say, we better get with this because if we don't, we're going to look pretty stupid down the road. But and that's small little change we make every day, and we keep proficient at telling our message and our story. And eventually people say, you know what, I'm going to take a closer look at this. And they do. And when they see the stories and they see the evidence and the testimony and the physical evidence and the videos and everything else, they start to go, oh, and it's just that little oh where they start to open up and consider that's all we asked for, that
True.
starts that process. And then suddenly they won't be earthbound
Mhm.
anymore. They'll be floating in the air with the rest of us and the stars. Wow.
Yes, we are star seed. I mean, where did we come from? Just-
We're star
And
stuff.
yeah, and Hawkins, he said
Physically,
it that the Earth will not have resources enough to take care of us. We should explore living in other planets. So, if we are thinking of visiting other planets, why wouldn't beings from other planets want to visit us? It's a simple
correct.
question.
Correct. And when we go out there, our intent has to be empathetic,
Mm-hmm.
kind,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate diversity, and do it
Mm-hmm.
in peace and love and sharing. Now, that's not to say we may not run into the Klingons out there or or the Borg. I'm sure something like that exists. The
Yes.
same way there are some very dangerous animal life here, but we'll have to learn to deal with that. But overall, we do need to explore space, and not because the Chinese or the Russians might get there first. We need to do it for all the right reasons, and that's for knowledge, and that's for exploration, and that's for God, the
Yeah.
adventure. I mean, we're here in this physical form to have an adventure, to have experiences, and staying on the planet Earth Earth is wonderful, but there's so much more, and it wouldn't be there for us to explore, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and us not go and see it.
And
It's like not seeing your big backyard you have, having a house, got a big backyard, you never go out there and look at it. I mean, it's just I can't I can't fathom it.
like in this, like people wanted to go exploring, wanted to find India and found the another piece of land and call that India. Right?
Right.
So we are constantly trying to travel on the globe. And in our dream state, where do we go?
Yes.
Are you on the globe when you're dreaming? Where do you go? What happens when you let go of this gross body, of this earth body, of the physical body? Where do you go?
I would like
Think
to
about
hear
it.
I would like
What?
to hear uh opinion isn't the right word. Believe it. I'd like to know what you know about that. I mean, I have my own knowledge, and I'm sure it pretty well syncs up with yours, but people are always telling me, "Oh, Steve, you just had a dream." And then I always say to them, "Well, please help define to me what a dream is." Well, I don't know. It's just a dream. Well, you see, that's just it doesn't work. Because I think dreams are so much more. What do you think, Kia?
Okay, I'm a thinker, yes, but I
Yeah,
have
says right there.
experienced it. Yes, I put it out there. I put it out there. I'm a thinker, yes. And people tell me, you think too much. And I'm like, somebody's got to do the thinking, right? So I signed up for that. Yes.
Oh,
And just because I'm a thinker doesn't mean I'm a feeler. I feel it. Okay. But
yes.
yes. So what do I think about it? I don't just think about it and feel about it. I know this as solid fact that our memories, which is stored in our hippocampus, the small walnut sized thing in between our two ears,
Hmm.
it has it has recorded everything from all lifetimes. It's all there. Poverty, prosperity, love, hate, good, evil. I had to throw that in, my Catholic background, had to throw the evil in, what it's all there. So when we are not consciously thinking of like what to do next, did I looking at staring at the phone, what will I eat next, where should I go, all those kind of stuff. When all that did I do the laundry, did I pay my bills, where are the keys, where's the cell phone, where's my wallet, when all that is put aside, the soul just gets to breathe. So like,
Yes.
now I don't have to do that. Let me explore, let me have fun. And we always have the choice of the fear of what's the IRS going to say? Am I getting a ticket?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
have dreams of those, they, hallucinate and have terrible venting dreams about that. But as a hypnotherapist, because I'm a hypnotherapist and we are taught how to analyze the dreams, how to communicate with that part of you that you can't when you are in the state of connection, because now we are just thinking what to say next. That's our rush over here, because we barely listen and then we just want to respond because I got it, I know what you're trying to say. No, all that goes bye bye, and your subconscious surfaces, because there's no more conscious mind where you have logic, reasoning, thinking abilities, analytical faculties, decision making power, and willpower, which you don't seem to find when you need it the most. Because that's 10 to 12% of who you are. Your subconscious, where all your memories are stored, your belief system, and the word belief has the word lie in it. BLIE. So it's a lie, right? We tell ourselves that over and over
Hmm.
again and we think it to be our truth. All of that is in our subconscious. And our memories are not just what happened, but how we perceive what happened. So it is a projection that we have, because mommy said, like, if you were running across the road and your mom grabbed your hand and said, Stevie, how could you be so stupid? And what are you saying? That, oh, my mom thinks I'm stupid. No, what she really meant was, I love you, honey. Don't run across the road. The car could have hit you. Little Johnny's bike could get on. And so it's
Yeah.
not what happened, but how we perceived what happened. All that is in our subconscious. So when we sleep and our conscious need to repair the kidney and repair the liver and repair the heart and repair the gallbladder is all, because that's autonomous, it's going on its own. We get to play, we get to breathe, and we really expand. And this is what I know. Like we talked about the solar dynasty and the lunar dynasty, and you practice
Hmm.
yoga, so I'm going to put that over
Yes.
here. We
And
have our
meditation.
sushumna. Yes, we have our sushumna, or the central nervous system, from a
Mhm.
fontanelle all the way down to the tip of our tailbone. And then we have the solar channel and the lunar channel, Surya and Chandra. And it's literally a golden cord and a silver cord that's going along. It's called Ida and Pingala. So through that, you retract all your senses and you come into your sushumna, your central There's no English word for sushumna. We just have to use sushumna because that is what goes, that's the main cord, the energy cord that goes
I'm familiar with the
through your
chord. Yes.
fontanelle all the way
Yeah.
down. Yes. So it comes, and then you leave your body. You actually leave your body. The you that is you, that has no name, has no relations, has no possessions, has no religion. When John Lennon was singing, yeah, he was singing about that. The you that has nothing, but has
Yep.
everything. It goes out to play in paradise, into space. And our REM cycle is 90 minutes long. So you have the processing part of what happened during the day, and then you have what is called the deep sleep, and then you have the venting part. So during your deep sleep, you have literally gone. So if you think about it, anyone, the biggest skeptic on the planet who's listening to this right now, if anyone at all is, I will ask you one thing. If you ever wake up to go to the bathroom, look at the clock, and you will notice that that time that you're waking up is a multiple of 90 minutes. Either you woke up in 90 minutes, which is 1.5 hours, or you woke up in 3 hours, which is two REM cycles you went through, or three REM cycles, or four. So when they say you need 8 hours of sleep, and that is why we always have the snoozer, because 8 hours is not good enough because you already entered another REM cycle. So 7.5 is good, six is good. If you sleep for 6 hours, that's good. At six
Yeah.
hours, when you wake up, you're
I get
fresh,
away
you're
with
wide
it.
awake.
Yeah.
Or 7.5 is good. Or it needs to be nine, and nine is too much. Then you wake up and you're sleepy throughout the day.
Yeah. That's
But
true.
if you can do that, when we go out, you never know who you will meet. You might find your forgotten friends. You might commune with your friends and relatives, your loved ones, basically, who have crossed over, or with whom you do not have closure. Because it's not that we are in love with everyone. Some people, we thought we will get a legal divorce and then we are done with them. May
Hmm.
not be, A legal
Yeah.
divorce is again just an earthbound activity. Did you have a complete closure, an emotional completion, a mental completion, an energetic completion? You meet everyone out there, and you could be the fly on the wall and notice what's going on in their life or wherever in space they are.
What
And then
about
you get to
your
come back.
what about your parallel selves where you exist in other lives?
Oh, okay. Now we are going into other dimensions, other conversations, multiverses.
Yeah, I mean, I when my late wife passed away, one of the most
Mm-hmm.
I may have told you about this before, but when she passed away, shortly after that, I came to. I went to sleep. I woke up. It was real. I'm in the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
of a house. It's not like the
Mm-hmm.
house we're in, but it's like it because the way it's decorated and painted and everything, and the sink's over here, and my late wife's there washing dishes, and she's talking, and I see her daughter, my stepdaughter, at the end of the table. It's breakfast time. She's eating, and I'm got food in front of myself, and I'm really confused. I'm getting chills talking about this. And I looked at Beth, and I looked at her mom, and I said, "What's going on?" She said, "What do you mean, what's going on?" I said, "Your mom died. She died from cancer." And she got really mad at me and said, "How could you say something like mom's alive and all this?" And it really shocked me. And I shut up and I sat there, and she talked to me and she smiled, and I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
It shocked me so much. It's like it pulled away from me and I woke up. And this continued to happen. And it took me a while to understand that in another timeline or another parallel, another dimension, she's still alive. She never died from her cancer. And I was
Oh,
connecting with my other self. So I'm
yes.
interested what your reflections on that is.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
one of
It's
those.
a great topic. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love this because besides being a hypnotherapist and all this, I'm also trained as a timeline therapy practitioner, teacher. So when people have stuff that I'm just going to use the word stuff, that makes them feel either one of the three, either stuck, lost, or overwhelmed. It might not be what happened even in this lifetime. It's again, like we said, like the past lifetimes that got taken away from us. We lost them, either through accident, through famine, through plague, through whatever. We had to leave that earthbound body. But it's still there in our memory, in our hippocampus. It's all there. We know, we remember. Okay. And that is why law of impermanence is so important, is like, that nothing is forever. But
No,
us with our ego self, we think like, oh, but if I could just one more time, right? Like after my mother passed away, after my father passed away, I have had so many encounters with them, so many pleasant ones. And as a death doula too, I encourage people that when their dead return to them, you have to let them know that you are dead and you are free to move on. Like even when my dog was dying, my dog wouldn't die. And I told her, Brownie, it's okay. We love you and you can go. It's okay. And the next morning, her spot where she was, where she sits next to the other dog, Cookie, and I gave her some food and some treat, and I lit a lamp and I put some incense and I took some pictures. There she was. She was there in the house, but it showed up on a digital camera.
wow.
And there were these orbs. So our life is never done. Like whenever I tell my daughter, do you want another dog? And she's like, no, mom, not yet. And it has been years, because in her other alternate reality, her dog is still there. And she's still the human of that dog in the dog's reality. So, and my son, who's a dog sitter, who has dogs come over to the house all the time, they always want to be in that place where I call it the dog shrine, because I had two paintings. I painted both the dogs and have them on the
Oh,
wall, and they always want to be there. They always want to be there. So in our
please,
dreams,
please send me some pictures.
okay, okay, I will. Yes, absolutely. And but that's what it is. So when we are in our dream state and we are not inhibited by religion or political affiliation or anything, any, or like, I'm a millionaire, I'm a house owner, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, marital status or profession or possessions or anything, we are free from everything. Truly, you are spirit, and you get
Yes,
to live that life in all the verses where you told people like, hey, I'll be back. You get to go there and be with them, because we are not alone, we are never alone. We are the brave ones who chose to incarnate as humans and go through the rigmarole. And our tribe, our soul tribe, is out there
yes,
championing for us, cheering us. And whenever we need to be plucked out of the way of an oncoming truck, they will do that. They will literally make the car swerve so it can miss any oncoming danger.
it's happened many
What will they?
times in my life.
Hmm.
Many times I should have been dead.
Oh, me too. I have walked in and out of this body more than once, more than twice. Yes, consciously and unconsciously. So
So
my kids all,
we
yes.
agree with our soul tribe, which is really a great
Hmm.
identification of something that I've been trying to find a word for. Thank you.
Hmm.
Our soul tribe, we volunteered to come here,
Yes.
to live in this physical form, to learn.
Yes. Yes. To learn, to share, to love, to expand and continue, and continue. And even the people that you have as guests on your show, and I know you have other work too, but this is what we do for fun, talk, converse, and connect.
It is fun, but it's also important work, I feel. So, and I know you do too. So
It is.
I yeah,
It
it's
is
very,
extremely
that's why we do
important
it.
because we are the We are the messengers, we are the story keepers, we are the memory holders. When people forget and you share in this, oh yeah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. We are the story keepers, we are the story sharers, we are the storytellers.
Have
Yeah.
people have skeptical people of friends and family been with you and in the presence of things they would call paranormal, and how did that affect them? I'm asking you a question that I already
Yes.
know you're going to say yes to, but I have to do that anyway. So
Yes.
have
Yes.
they?
And they
'Cause it-
and they will be like, okay, they'll call you crazy. It says only when you are there. Okay. And when my mother passed away, and we took in those days we had digital cameras that were not the cell phones. And when you take and for 13 days we have the rituals in India, and we were
yeah,
doing that, and we were taking all pictures, and the house in India, of course, was flooded with light beings. And my
orbs
daughter,
or
orbs, yes, or in
yeah,
not just orbs, not just spheres, but in various shapes too. And this is not just me talking, okay? Buddha, when his mother was ready to leave, the great Buddha, okay? When
yes,
his
the
mom
great
was,
Buddha,
yeah,
Sid,
well,
Sid himself.
yeah, Siddharth, yes, Sid, there you go, our homeboy, right?
Hmm.
When his mom was ready to leave, she came and she said, son, because she was herself enlightened, his wife was enlightened. This mom was older and she's like, I don't want to live anymore and I'm ready to leave, but I don't want to just abandon you, because Siddhartha, his biological mom, died when he was 7. And so his mom's younger sister, who was also the wife of the king, raised him. So he lost his biological mom at 7 days old. And now his mom, his other mom, was going to leave. So she came to say bye to her son, like any good mother would do. Son, I'm leaving. Okay, child, I'm leaving. So Buddha said, okay, I will take you. Okay. So Buddha took his mom in her body out. Where did he take her? You know, for the common people, oh, he took her to the gates of heaven. So he told everyone, his people, the monks and the lay people, that I'll be back. And he took his mom in his physical body, his mom in her physical body, and they left. It's documented. And when they left, the beings from the other realms, they wanted to come. They said, oh, this is a great opportunity that Buddha is over here. We want to go with him and see how it is on the earth plane. So they came back with Buddha, and everyone is waiting, right? Because Buddha said, I'll be back. So everyone is waiting for Buddha to return. And Buddha came back. Now he came back in his earth body so he could stand on the earth field, on the earth plane, on the ground. But the other beings who came were light beings. So when they came to the earth, they were sinking because they didn't have a physical body. They were
Huh.
sinking. And all those who were waiting for Buddha to return saw them with their clear three-dimensional eyes. They saw all these light beings return. And because they were sinking, because they didn't have a physical body, so there was no earth contact, they couldn't stand over on the earth. Then Buddha quickly used his magic. I mean, Buddha used his jujus, his Buddha juice, and gave them a physical body so they could stand on the earth and not sink into the earth. And there are so many suttas about this, you know? So you can call them aliens, you can call them celestial beings, you can call use any term in the English language. It doesn't matter, but there are beings in all planes. In the Mahayana tradition, it's called the Pure Land, the Brahma Vihara, the Deva Lokas, Hiranya Loka, so many Naga Lokas, so many realms are there. in which beings exist and they go in and out. Like in the Himalayas, there are so many books documented where common people, even today in 2026, they're like, "Oh, yeah, 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 these beings just come and go because nobody bothers them over there, right?" Himalaya is thick. Those villages are thick.
Oh, the Himalayas, yes.
The beings coming in and out. You go to Mount Shasta. I have had encounters over there. You go to Sedona, we live in
Yeah,
Ojai. There's so much going on over here. Like like a few days ago when I saw our friends visiting, I just wanted to stand over there and I'm like, you know what? Maybe they are here to meet others too and they just said hello to me. Let me not get greedy and let me say goodbye before they say goodbye. And I just came in because they were there. They did not leave. They did not go anywhere. They just every time I said hello, I'm just using the word hello, whatever,
sure.
undefinable in English language to them. And it was like, it was not just like, I'll go bright and go dim. You could really sense them, It was a different frequency, different vibration, different, unique way of You can call it something like Morse code, like dots and dashes, few dots, few long dashes, or short dashes. Just to explain, for the sake of an explanation, I'm saying that. But the pulse was unique, as if it is saying something. So I was like, are they talking to others or just me? But there was nobody over here. It was just me, standing and staring. And to common people, oh, this is a crazy lady.
How do we get this across to what you refer to as the common people? I mean, we all have filters, and in your
Hmm.
case and mine, those filters are pretty well turned off. How do we how do we get other people to that level where there's something standing right there that you can see and it's not that it's not human, it's a spirit, and you can see it and you can sense it and you can feel it and you can communicate with it, and it's very real to you and it's very real to me, it's very real to millions of people on this planet, but
Hmm.
millions more, they can't see it, and it's that
Hmm.
can't that bothers me. I can't see it, so it must not be there. So that means microwaves aren't there and radio waves aren't there. You know, how do we how do we get them to understand that they're the ones who have to open themselves and shut down those filters so they can perceive what people have been perceiving going back thousands and thousands of years that are made fun of today? How do we do that?
I don't put that pressure on myself personally. If it
No,
is not for them, it's not for them. Like some people like vegans, some people don't like vegans. Some people can't live without meat, and some people can't. And when people raised in non-vegetarian families, they suddenly become vegetarian or vegan, and they say, "Oh, where are you going to get the protein from?" I'm like, "There's so much protein."
that I know. That's me. I've been vegan for 5 years now, and I'll never look back.
Yeah.
I
So
can't
it's
bear
I
the
don't put
thought.
that.
I can't bear the thought of causing suffering to animals.
Yeah,
Eh,
so
eh,
I don't put myself in that pressure. Like, how do I convince them? When it is time for them, they will, and if they don't in this lifetime, then they will do it in some other.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
convincing them so much, but it's I what I think I was looking for from you is what I hope I'm getting myself, and it is just to conduct your life the way you do, and you hope that like ripples in a pond, your energy, your sense of being starts to affect others around them. They may not even know that that's what's going on, but they start to see it because of your consistency to um, maintain your philosophy and your sense of life and being.
So this is what I will say. Everyone does see. Everyone does know. They just isolate themselves because they don't want to come across as like cuckoo, or they want to belong. They don't want abandonment. Like if a kid goes and tells their mom, "Mom, I can fly," and the mom is like, "Don't hurt yourself." Be quiet, watch TV, go play with Joey, whatever. And the child doesn't have it in them. Like, simple thing, I'll tell you. Why do people do drugs? Why do people do ayahuasca? You know,
Yeah,
because you want to bypass that critical mind and really be one with spirit, truly
that's
experience that
true
oneness.
because I've done that, and when I was younger, and I was thinking I was doing it to get high, and it was high, all right, but it was, oh my God, I'm connecting with every living thing all at once, and I'm seeing my unity with all of it, and it was this euphoria and this
Yeah.
rush, and it was like wonderful, and just it just opened me up. But we can't get everybody to take to eat mushrooms or take ayahuasca. That has to be
No,
something.
no. And I have never done any of that, but here is what I will tell.
No,
The
I have.
lady who said that the trees are connected to each other through their roots, through the
Yes,
mycelium, and she was considered crazy and cuckoo. She was, "Oh, what is she talking about? She must be high on something, what does she mean by that?" And
life.
trees, you know, she was high on life, and she had her facts. And like
Yeah,
when one tree falls sick, it sends signal to the other trees that I am falling sick. So the other trees boost their immune system on their own, and they try to help this tree that is not feeling well, feed it with their potency, their life force, so that it can either come back or the others protect themselves. And it's only one tree dies. And this was like a hocus pocus. And now it's a well known fact. You know, it's the same thing
and
in the
and so
1800s. In the eight, yeah, like in the Western world, trees did not have life. Trees don't have life, only humans have life. And when J.C.
they don't
Bose,
have
he proved it.
consciousness.
No, they said it's not even alive. Trees are not alive. In the 1800s, the Western science said trees don't have life. They are not alive. No. And J.C. Bose, he said, no, because in India, we do believe that they all have life, even before the Western science. And he proved it. Look at the cells, look at them pulsating. And he proved it with a microscope, with all electrical connections, wires, and everything. When he proved it, they talk to each other, they sing to each other, plants. And if you can listen to that frequency, and nowadays they are proving it over and over again. So they're like, oh, plants also talk, plants also sing, plants breathe, plants have life. So it's the same thing, you know. There
They have
will come a
consciousness.
time, yes, there will come a time when even the skeptic who is like bound by the religion and the dogma will be like, yeah, yeah, there is life outside. And yeah, you know, so that's why I don't put that pressure on myself. I know that whoever is meant to get it will get it. And those who don't want to admit it, I leave it to themselves because I'm not a karma cop here, you know. Then
Yeah,
I become
very
as
That's very Buddhist
dogmatic
of
as
you. It is. It's very
yeah,
Buddhist.
yeah.
Before our hour runs out, we need to talk about your books because you've
Okay.
written books, and we need to talk about how, if people want to work with you, um, how we do that. Um, and I didn't know that you did regressive therapy or hypnotherapy, um, which is fantastic because there's a lot of people that are always asking us, where do we go? Um, Someone we can trust. And so we need to talk about those things, your books, the work you're doing, and how people can reach you.
Well, go to coachcare.com/connect
Just
and
follow
put, yeah,
the link that's not there yet, but will be when I'm pointing.
yes, yes, coachcare.com/connect. If they have something really urgent right now that they want to connect and talk to me about, and to get a perspective, because that's the main thing in the world I find is people are so lonely. We are so crowded and so lonely.
Yeah, it's
And then,
crazy.
right?
We're all connected through consciousness, and yet we're lonely.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So so as a hypnotherapist, that's what I love to do is help people see themselves the way they want to be seen. Because we have an inner spirit and an outer expression, and the disconnection between the two creates all the conflicts in our life. So go to coachcare.com/connect if you want to start working right now, right now, right now. If you just want to stay in touch, go to coachcare.com/contact. You'll get into my system. Or if you want to start, yeah, and that's the best way to start receiving my newsletters. I text people updates whenever I feel, whenever I'm inspired. And that's how we can stay in touch. And I have a YouTube channel, The Braveheart Coach. So you can go to youtube.com/Coach Keya. I post shorts every day and I try to post a long form video at least once a week. Hmm.
Hmm. It's a lot of work,
And
but it's important.
yeah, but this is what I love to do is write and speak. And that's
Your
why
web
I'm an author and a speaker. And these are all my books. Yes,
and
I have
those and
published.
they can get they and you on your website you have how they can get your books there.
Yes. Yes, you
Okay,
can go
that's
to
good. That's good.
coachcare.com resources or go to Amazon and look up Keya Murthy author or Keya Murthy books or go
Okay.
to my website and I can send you the link, author.com, sorry,
Yeah,
amazon.com
please
forward
send me the
slash.
links to all of that so I can put that in the
Yes.
show once it's been edited so
Oh,
people
thank you.
uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
oh,
Yeah.
well, absolutely.
Yeah. And on Saturday, on May 30th, my 14th book came out and people may be like,
14?
14. Yes. These are all my
You're
books.
you're you're catching up with Ty from Plum Village.
Oh,
We
I
read his
wish.
books every morning before meditation.
Isn't that a great way, a great starting point that you put something in and then you can sit and meditate on that, contemplate on that, and find yourself in that and know that, like, I love how he says, I am the cloud,
Yes,
I'm the cloud, and a cloud never dies. That's profound because the cloud becomes the rain, and the rain becomes the stream and the river, and the water in your
transformation.
faucet, and the tea in your cup, you know? And then you drink that, and then it's every cell in your body and back to being the cloud. So the cloud never dies. And that is what I kept on telling myself when Ty passed away.
Yeah,
uh, Because he passed away in Vietnam, and I was going to bed, and it was midnight. So in Vietnam, it was the 22nd, but in US, it was still 21st. So I always have that bridge to cross. But yeah, so my books are there, and I am creating a course on consciousness, a course in awakenings. So every day you can read a little bit. I started writing it last year, this time, or a little bit before this time last year. And then my dad died. And then I was like, I abandoned everything because I had to take the time to go through my own stuff and my own grieving, my own healing, my own closure, which I feel I'm done with, but I'm still not done with, not 100%. But it's all good. And now
well,
that I shaved my
he's
head,
always
when
there. He's
he's
always
always
there.
he's
Yeah.
always there. Oh yeah, 100%. He's always there.
My mother
And
came to
now,
see me when she died a few years ago, and I was walking the dog, and I felt this golden warm light on my back. She was behind me somehow. It was amazing. It was just a
yes,
beautiful experience.
yes, that's supporting. And sometimes, like when people are in my presence, I didn't know it happened. Like once my son and we were in the car and I was driving, he was still in school, and I heard this loud knock, and I'm like, and he said, "What, mom?" I'm like, sometimes I hear what happens in the other side, the door closed. He says, "I heard that." I'm like, "You heard that something happened?" He says, "No, mom, even I hear what things happen on the other side." So in the other, like you were talking about the other universe, right? The
Yes.
multiverses. So somebody
Yeah.
just shut the door, and here I am on Bristol taking a left on Pettit, and I hear the sound of a closing door, oh, like a wooden door squeak and a bang. And so, yes. So that I'm just grateful that I can share all this so freely and openly over here. And it's not like, oh, that's a nice story. Because I went to a couple of death cafes and there was this guy who came and he's very afraid of dying. And he says, well, these are good stories, but tell me honestly, is anyone really scared of dying or no? So he just thought these are good stories, but it's not real because he's holding on to his fear of death, fear of dying. And I didn't want to argue with him. He was a stranger. I had never met him before. And I'm not a person who will get into anyone's face for anything. But I'm glad that we have the space where I can share these stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone is well.
Thinking about him, one day it may happen to him, as it did to me when someone died, um,
Mhm.
and I didn't know they had died, and the experience I had with that, which also runs in my family, was so incredibly moving that from that day forward, I stopped worrying about death. I wasn't afraid of death. I just wasn't worrying about it because I knew I was shown by this person, very young person. I was very young. I was 26. She was 24. She died suddenly, and
Mm.
she came to me to show me that my talking about survival beyond the physical form and consciousness continuing was correct. And she was so excited about it. And she had just died. Um,
Yes.
and it was beautiful. I think I told you that story and that people on this channel have heard it. I even did a show about it, but it just changes you forever.
Yeah.
Actually it doesn't change you as much as it puts you back in touch with the things you lost when you came here in the
Mhm.
first place, when you volunteered to have this experience so you could learn these things again and learn other things and experience life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Without any blame, without any shame, without any guilt. That's what I love helping people find for themselves. And yeah, if anyone is open to a 20-minute conversation or just texting, because some people don't want to talk, they just want to text, that's fine. If you want to get on the phone, that's fine. If you want to get on Zoom, that's fine. And you want to explore for an hour, go even deeper and just know that you're not alone. And whatever is holding you back, it's a lie, it's a belief system. And now is the time to shift so you can really expand because we are not taking anything with us anywhere, but we always have the choice to have fun while we are here
we
and
take
return
ourselves.
again.
I know, and again and again and again. But I'm of the mind this time that I want to stay and take a vacation for a while before I come back. I need some time off, and and hang out in the park and see my pets that I've lost, and
Mhm.
then I'll get anxious and restless and come back again. And I think that's how it's been happening all along. So,
No,
Kia,
and
I want to. Oh, go ahead.
no, this is what I want to like just say. Like people like you and me and everyone who's listening right now, whoever you are, wherever you are, we are all connected and we are one. And a great enlightened master from India, Nisargadatta Maharaj, he said, there are times when I feel I am everyone and everything. And there are times when I feel I'm no one and nothing. So, when do I have these feelings? When I'm feeling complete love, I find oneness. And when I'm wise, I know I'm nothing. So, somewhere in between knowing I'm everything and I'm nothing, I'm existing wherever I am.
Wow. That's a good way to close this. Thank you so much, Kia. It was really great to have you here. Um, I wouldn't say you were a different guest for us. I think I would say you were the perfect guest for us to have because, a lot of the people we have on have experiences with uh, physical and non-physical beings that are considered extraterrestrial, but it's all the same. It's all
Mm.
consciousness. It's all experience with different beings. So it was just wonderful to have you here. And I hope people reach out to you. And if you can, go see Keya up in Ojai. Ojai is beautiful. If you've never been there before, it's a very, I think, spiritual place. There's an energy there
Mm.
that's just so beautiful. I love going there all the time. So, Keya, thanks so much. Namaste.
Thank you. With all the love and light within me, I humbly bow to the love and light that is you. Om, peace, amen, aloha, namaste.